Alito, here's a cool little side memory. This is Houseman School. Ain't about that. This is the old school I used to go to. They tore it down and rebuilt a new one. It's nothing. There's nothing the same as I remember. But over here, there's a house. I'm gonna just drive by because people live here. I don't want to drive away and I'm saying, what the heck you doing, dude? But over here, there's a house. It's right here. This old house. You probably can't see much of it. No, not that house. This old house, all the cars, all the fence right there. This house right here. Right here. And then drive way up and then a little garage and the house. That was a friend who lived there. The Orozcos. His name was Rocky Orozco. His wife's name was Gloria Orozco. I had a daughter named Roxanne. I think I had a crush on Roxanne. Yeah, I think I did. We're all about the same age. But we used to go there a lot of times. I think my parents, my mother and stepdad, they would play cards or dominoes or something, if I remember right. But he talked about one night he woke up. Oh, there's two stories he told. Because one day they're talking about stories. You know, it seemed like every time we turned around, we lived in a haunted house. Something's going on right in our house. The house on Early Street. Oh my God. Anyway, he had mentioned, we're, you know, us kids, we're playing, but I'm also, you know, I like to listen to grown folk talk. And he mentioned that one night he woke up for some reason and looked over to his wife. Wife was laying next to him, and he swore up and down that there was another person's face on top of her face looking at him. It wasn't her face. And he kind of freaked out and jumped out of the bed and everything. That's kind of all I remember that. It's just a weird story. But also he mentioned one day that one night he woke up with all this, it sounded like almost like thunder in the backyard. There's a little backyard area with a tree. And there was a giant bird in the backyard. He said it was a giant eagle looking bird that stood like 6 foot tall, like a man-sized bird. Almost like a Houston Mothman thing going on there. And his story used to freak me out. I was like, dang, you know, I just can't. You know, he said when the lady looked at his wife, he kind of mentioned her eyes were open, but it was just white eyes. You know, like, oh my God. Creepy, kind of creepy. But yeah, they used to go to their house all the time and just play with toys, and they had other little nephews and stuff that would come over, and you know, all kids would play around, and they would play dominoes, play cards. Yeah, play something like that. But yeah, it's one of those things, one of those weird little sidetrack memories of drive around Spring Branch. Right now I'm at Antoine and is it Westview? Oh, Lone Point. Antoine, Lone Point. A lot of things have changed. That old gas station's been there for years. It's, you know, this hasn't changed. This gas station here is getting a makeover, looks like. But yeah, it's kind of weird being back here again. Kind of feels weird. But I want to go up there where used to be a Kmart. There's a fault line that used to run through Houston. Or it used to, it still does. And I'm kind of curious if it's still very visible or not. So I'm gonna head that way right now. But yeah, that's all I have for that little side memory. Peace, let you go.